devil can cite scripture for his purpose. An evil soul producing holy witness is like a villain with a smiling cheek. A goodly apple, rotten at the heart. Oh, what a goodly outside falsehood hath, said Antonio in William Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice. Simply put, liars can look very, very honest. And so, once upon a time, never, ever change your lover in the middle of the night. Everything may look so different in the early morning light. Aaron remembered listening to a song that went something like that. He did not think he would be caught in a vice of a similar kind. Irene, his wife, was hosting a gala to support a charity, and Aaron, who generally made an excuse to stay away from such acute boredom, was on that day given no chance to make an excuse. He had to be there. And that was the night he saw her for the first time, laughing at something another older woman was telling her. She looked like she had stepped off the cover of a Vogue magazine, gorgeous to a point where she could send any middle-aged man into a severe midlife crisis. In retrospect, she did begin his crisis. Her name was Shawna. He fell hard, very hard in love. And it was hard for him to believe that she fell in love with him too. As time went by, she did make him believe that it was possible to feel all those emotions that he had thought he would never feel again. He had never felt more loved, more wanted by someone. Aaron was beginning to feel the thrill of it. Secret meetings in highway motels, getaways buried in lies, hidden text messages. Irene had no clue that her husband was having an affair, and the clandestine fires of her love burned right under her nose. But not for long. It was 6 months into their affair when one afternoon, lying in the corner suite of the spa resort, Shawna told Aaron she was pregnant. The heavenly bubble that they had made for themselves burst, and the harsh reality shone through, scorching everything in its wake. Love was made of very fine threads that anchored into the real world. The fine threads could snap with the slightest winds of a change in agenda. And agendas were changing here. Shawna wanted the child. She wanted Aaron. But she was trying to change the rules of having an affair with a married man. There was only a today in that game, never a tomorrow. And there was no changing that rule. Aaron had no choice but to distance himself from her. But in the times of DNA parental tests, he had to make sure that Shawna did not have the baby. If she did, everything was over. Irene, his marriage, his reputation, his estate. Shawna had to be stopped. There had to be a way. Shawna was heartbroken, and the only choice on the table was to pick up a check of a large sum of money that lay on the table. It was sad. Sad that love came down to lawyers and a lot of stamp paper, but that's how everything was. Ended up legal. A lot of pains to make the illegal legal. Shawna signed. She signed various clauses agreeing to abort the child and never in the future mention about the affair to anyone. She gave Aaron one last hurtful look and walked away. Walked away without love, but with a lot of money. 2 days later, Irene lay in bed, the warm sunlight filling the motel room. She kissed Shawna deeply. So we have a couple of millions in a bank. We are rich. This is fun. Now you must introduce me to your husband. Shawna smiled. If you promise not to fall in love, like I promised you. Irene promised, and Shawna kissed her back.